everybody. Welcome back to Novel Idea. My name is Dia, and today I am going to be doing the "Why haven't I read these books yet?" tag. So this tag was inspired by Crystal at Fiber Artsy and was created by Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads, and I was tagged by Gemma over at Gemma Books. So thank you, Gemma, for doing this. And if you guys haven't checked out her channel yet, she is hilarious. She's so much fun, and she reads a wide assortment of things. She has kids. She's always making kids recommendations too. So yeah, check out her channel if you haven't yet. I don't have a lot on my shelves that I have not read, partly because we have moved a lot and I have whittled it down to things that I really love, that I really want to reread, that it's a joy to own, that kind of thing. And so I don't have a lot on my shelves that I haven't read. So let's get started. I did manage to find books for this tag that are on my shelves that I have not read yet. Let's get started. The first prompt is a classic. So why have I not read Tarzan of the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs? Sorry about the light change, you guys. The clouds keep coming in and out. I have to read this in school. This was never assigned in school, and it was not something that was on my radar until I was watching somebody else's video. And I think it might have been Sandy from Miss Reads a Lot that held this up and said something about it. And I thought, okay, I need to grab that one because that's a classic I have not read. The next one is a fiction book. And I am going to blame this one on Alana Estelle because she reviewed this book and then it ended up in her pile of, I don't know if it was best books of 2021 or if it was all-time favorites, but it was something like that. And that is Cold Mountain. And this is not a book that was even on my radar. And she kept saying, if you guys haven't read this, you need to go get it. You need to go pick this up. It needs to be read by you. It needs to be read by more people. And so I did, Alana. I did it. I am planning on reading it before the end of the year, but nonetheless, I have not read it yet. And so that was my choice for fiction. Next one is nonfiction. That is going to be a book that I also just bought, and that is Literary Places. And this is by Sarah Baxter. And this is literally a travel guide. And it covers Ulysses Dublin. It covers the St. Petersburg Crime and Punishment. It just has all these different literary places that you could travel to see the things that are within the book. But this is my choice for nonfiction. Why haven't I read this yet? And to be honest, this is planning for the future for me because I really want to travel some more. But with, the last couple of years and stuff, we haven't been able to. And I would love to go see some of the places that I love through books that I have read. All right, the next one is a genre. I don't know exactly what genre this fits into, but I'm going to try to make it work. And that is cookbooks. So I don't know how many of you like to cook, and I don't know how many of you actually cook or follow recipes in an actual cookbook, because you can get so much online now. But I love to read cookbooks. Even if I end up not using very many of the recipes in there, I want to know things like why this recipe was chosen or what's special about it, and different ways to prepare things and just all of that. So I picked this up a couple weeks ago, and this is called Vegetables. This is by James Peterson. I thought it was Patterson for a second. James Peterson. And I am vegan, and so I saw this, and it has vegetables in it that I've never heard of, and then it also has ways to prepare vegetables that will get me out of a funk of preparing the vegetables exactly the same way all of the time. So that was my choice for that. And then the last one, the last prompt is owned the longest but unread. And that would be this book right here. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's got a Mylar cover on it. But it is called 50 Famous Fairy Tales. And it was compiled by Kingston. I don't know if you can see that. And this was my husband's grandmother's fairy tale book when she was little, and she had it rebound and fixed for us, and I've never read it. It definitely smells like an old book, and not that that's a completely bad thing. But like, I wanted to read The Little Mermaid, and that's not in this one. That was not one of the ones that they compiled in here, but it does have some that I've never heard of. So it's got wonderful illustrations in it, and you can see on this page how this page is transferred onto it. But it has Jack and the Beanstalk and the Wild Swans and Aladdin and his wonderful lamp, and it has Tom Thumb, and let's see if anybody ever heard of Ricket with the Tuft or Clever Alice or The Three Languages, or now there's one called Clever Gretel, but there's also Hansel and Gretel. And then there's The Knapsack, the Hat, and the Horn, Faithful John, Jorinda and Jorindel. Yeah, so it's definitely a book that I need to read because there's some in here that I have never heard of, but I've never read this book. So don't ask me why I haven't read it. I have no idea, other than it's just old and I want to be careful with it. But yeah, I think that is everything on this tag. I just have to tag a few people, and I don't know who has done this and who hasn't. So I am going to say, how about Micah Cummings? He's a new channel that I have just started watching. I don't know how new he is, but he's new to me. And so I've just started watching him. So maybe Micah, if you want to do this tag, that would be fun. And maybe Book Blather, if you haven't done this tag, maybe you and Olive could do it. I'll just do those two for right now. If you haven't done this tag and you want to, consider yourself tagged, and please let me know that you're doing it so I can come and watch. But that is it from me for today, you guys. Thanks so much for coming by and being with me and watching. And let me know down in the comments maybe the longest book that you have never read. And maybe you could leave me a vegetable if you want to just leave an emoji to let me know that you were here. Okay? Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you Friday with a Friday Reads. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to. Bye.